Hey guys, yep, back on the GS, and it's pretty cold out today. So it's showing 44 degrees on my GS here. I guess you guys can see that. And but I said, what the hell? It's sunny. I want to go for a ride. I got my winter gear on. I'll go quick over that. It's just some winter pants, completely lined, and then I have this wind stopper. What it's called? It's like they're like thermals, but not. They stop the wind from getting through. I have a hoodie with a denim jacket type, you know, with all the armor and everything like that, and like 3 layers, and you know, it's something I'm happy with. This is my winter gear. I know some people go a little crazy with it, but this is my winter gear. The gloves are 40-ish is about the limit, but I got heated grip, so I'm okay. And I figured let me head on to another destination. It's not too far away. It's called Buckkhorn Lake. And let me put my visor down. I figure it might be that'll hear me a little better. I know I heard some wind noise the last time I made the video when we went up to Jordan Lake, but so I'm heading on to Buckkhorn Lake just to see what it's like, and that's it. So that's going to be my ride today. And I put the camera in a different spot, so the road's a little cool today. So you know, I don't want to go a little crazy on the road. Got to heat up the tires a little bit, so I don't want to do anything stupid. And appreciate some of the comments. Andrew, how you doing out there? Boy, I feel sorry for you guys down in Australia. Another guy from Australia, Mick, made another comment. Says, you know, just talk about anything. You know, would be. So he gave me some ideas. I'm just going to talk about anything, whether it's a rant or whatever. And yeah, so I hope you guys are doing okay, because I thought the U.S. was bad with the president we have, which is an absolute idiot. He's a senile idiot, and I thought we had things bad, but Australia looks pretty tough too. You know, thank God we're still able to keep our weapons. I know they took them all away from you guys, but I'm sure people in this government would like to do the same. But it's our Second Amendment, and it's pretty. It's a pretty strong amendment. It's number 2. You know, without the Second Amendment, to me, the rest of the amendments mean nothing. So, yeah. So I hope you guys are doing okay over there, and it's tough, the things I see on the news in Australia, mandating everything. This bullshit with this COVID shit. You know, I'm not a COVID denier. I understand that it's a serious. I gotta see which way I'm going to turn here. I know it's serious, and but to shut a whole freaking world down, country down, and force people to vaccinate is just absolutely fucking insane. Absolutely insane. I'm fogging up here, so I'm going to have to open up the visor a little bit. And I got to see which way I'm going. So I'm going to turn over here. Okay, guys. Yeah, so, yeah, that's a little rant of mine that, got to open the visor, folks. It's just too steamy out. Let's see, let's just keep it just like this. Yeah, just, you know, I haven't been vaccinated. There ain't no freaking way they're going to force me to put thank God I'm self-employed, but there's no way they're going to force me to put a synthetic drug in my arm, into my body. It's just not going to fucking happen. I don't give a shit about all you other people where, oh, you know, it's if you don't get it, then I can get it. Listen. Everything is dangerous in life. When you're driving down the freaking highway, you can't control what the other guy does. So what do? You're going to make everybody drive 5 miles an hour? You can die in a car accident. You can die with lots of things. Yes, it's serious. It's a serious illness that you can get, and you can die from it, but you can die from a lot of things. Let me just throw a statistic out here while I'm ranting and raving. Over 700,000 people died in the United States from COVID in the last 2 years. So roughly 350,000 people a year, right? Well, that's less than 0.1% a year. 0.1%. 330 million people live in the United States, and 0.1% of people have died from it. Yes, a lot of people got sick from it, but a lot of people get sick from a lot of things. And so we're shutting down a country, a world, because of 0.1%. Are you fucking for real? Give me a freaking break. I'm an uneducated person, never went to college, have very little education, but I have common sense, and I do research and I read. I don't believe everything I read, but I put it all together, and it's absolutely the biggest deception in my lifetime is this COVID crap. And I don't give a shit what anybody says out there. Oh, I had somebody that died from COVID. Yeah, I know people that died from COVID too. I know people that died from the flu. I know people that died because they got diabetes because they were so fucking fat they couldn't stop eating. You know, so what are you gonna do? Just put a control on everything? You know, we have to live our lives. Life is dangerous. We die. We're gonna all die someday. So that's my rant on that. Nick, you asked for me to rant, so I'm ranting, and I'm telling you. So we'll get off of that for a little bit, and I'll be back on something else again. But that's my view on COVID, and if you don't like it, well, I'm sorry. That's my opinion. That's what's nice about. Who knows? YouTube may just throw this off because I've mentioned COVID too many times. They may just not even let this video air. So, but I'm so small, I think I have that much of an issue. But people want to know what I do. Mick was asking what I do for a living. I'm an IT guy. I'm basically a backyard IT guy. I know how to describe it. I'm like a backyard mechanic. I can do what I need to do to fix anything I want, and same thing with IT. I'm not good at explaining it to people. I'm not good at teaching it to people, but anything I need to do, I can do IT-wise, and basically that's how I make my money. I have a forum that I started as a hobby. My two loves are drag racing and obviously riding motorcycles. And I started a hobby doing, started this forum 20 years ago about the drag racing that I do, the class I race, and it just took off. And I have all these advertisers, and so basically that's my main gig is just, making sure the forum runs smoothly, and I have advertisers to pay for everything, and I make my living. And that's, I used to build websites back in the late 80s. I left UPS. I worked for UPS, when I was younger. I'm an old dude, guys. I don't even want to tell you how old I am. And so I worked for UPS, and then in the late 80s I said, you know what, this IT stuff is going to take off. This internet is going to just take off. And so I started learning it, but I couldn't, I wasn't good at, reading through the book, so I had to basically just, point and click and just look at how, look at the source coding and stuff like that, and just learn how to build websites. And, I just self-taught. I always say to myself, if you're motivated, you can do anything you want, as long as you're motivated to do it. It just, you can learn. The whole thing is if you're willing to learn, and you're willing to do it. And I was willing to do it. And so now I make a nice little living. And, I'm just looking to see where I got to go here, guys. So it's telling me 96. I don't want to take 96. So, but we may. But we may not. Let's just get through this stop sign. A lot of traffic here that's not usual. I don't know what these Muppets are doing. Yeah, so that's basically it. And, so I'm able to work at home. I only have to work 2-3 hours a day, so it works out great. So that's why I can do these videos, and it's not that big of a deal. Sometimes it's time consuming, but I enjoy doing it. And, like I said, it's cold out, and you can see my winter gear is good. I feel it on my hands a little bit. The body feels great. I feel good. Everything on that feels good, but I do feel it in the hands a little bit. But let me put the heated grips back on. I didn't have them on, so that's why I'm feeling it. So, yeah. And it's cold out, but I like riding. I don't know. You guys ride when it's cold? If you're dressed for it, I don't see the big deal. I feel nothing in my feet, in my legs, in my chest. I only feel a little bit in my hands. I took off the hand guards. I'm sure that would help a little bit, but once the heated grips get going, I'll be fine. Man, it's probably trying to reroute me here. Like I said, this is a destination I haven't been to, guys, so we're still working. Let's see. Okay, he wants me to do 222. Okay. Yeah, so you got my COVID rant, and it's just my opinion. I understand it's serious, and I hate these people. Oh, you're just a denier. I'm not a denier, but I don't believe everything the government tells me. It's just like the media and the government it's total propaganda. I feel people should do some of the history about Nazi Germany with propaganda. That's what I feel it's like. because when a lot of gravel on here. When the media, when the news organization starts siding with the government, then there's a problem. That's a problem. In the 60s and 70s, it wasn't like that. You know, the Republicans were kind of in charge, even though we had a Democrat president back in the day, whatever. But the media was always questioning the government with Vietnam and just everything. And now the media is lock, stock, and barrel. Whatever that freaking senile old man in the White House says is absolutely fine. Which obviously he's not. Somebody's pulling his. He's just a puppet. Somebody's pulling his strings. The guy doesn't know where he is half the time. He's just he's absolutely disgraced. Our president is absolutely disgraced to this world. A disgrace to his own people. The worst president of my lifetime. I've voted for a lot of presidents. That's the worst president of my lifetime. He single-handedly ruined this country within making it better. He doesn't even know he doesn't even know how to spell better. He's made it so much worse. Oil prices have gone up $1.20 because he shut down pipelines, put tens of thousands of people out of work because of the environmentalist bullshit. That's another thing I can go on a rant on is just the environment and how the people, how so few people can control so many people, claiming that we have to save the planet. You people with electric cars think you're saving the planet. Do you know how lithium's mined? You know how bad lithium is? You're worried about oil. I mean, where do you think the people that charge their batteries so now you're destroying the landscaping from third world countries, going into getting lithium, using third world labor, and then you're using oil and coal to make for the generators to power all this electric stuff that you feel is so green. Well, that's another topic at another time. We're going to jump on that some other day. So we're on 42. I don't know how long we're going to go on this. I didn't want to go on 42, but we'll do it. Someplace, whatever. Yeah, so that's my rant on that. I got so much to Mick. You shouldn't have. Mick from Australia made a comment. Now, it's really weird when I see his comment. Sometimes I see it and sometimes I don't. It's, he had some expletives in there and maybe whatchamacallit, which I agreed with, but maybe YouTube didn't like. But Mick, if you're listening to this, I responded to you and I'm giving, my thoughts for today. I thought it was great. Andrew, I maybe seem a little crass or rude, but it's not rude to the average. You guys are just super. It's just telling it like people didn't like Trump because that's the way he was. Well, I grew up 10 minutes where Trump grew up, and so that's where we talk in Queens, New York. And it's a borough of Manhattan, of New York City. That's where I grew up, and it's amazing I didn't grow up a liberal. But I didn't. My mom always taught me that you have to do on your own. You don't put your hand out for anything. She brought up 3 kids with no husband. She didn't go on welfare. She had struggles. Yes, they wouldn't give her, loans for a house because she was a woman. Blah blah blah. But she never cried victim. She said she worked 2 jobs and said, Kenny, you got to do it on your own. You got to do it on your own. If you get a city job, you probably have a job for the rest of your life. But you got to do it. You just can't put your hand out. That's just not the way to make you, to live. So that's what she taught me. She taught me to be independent and do it on her own. The less government, the better government. And so I may sound like I'm rude and crass and stuff like that, but that's just I'm just telling it like it is. This is from my perspective. People around here in North Carolina, when you get into these areas right here, people kind of think like the way I think. But when you get more into like Charlotte or Raleigh, 90% of the people or 80% are still wearing masks. They're freaking sheep. They think the mask is going to stop them from getting sick. A friend of mine got the shots, had masks on, but he still got COVID. Well, he didn't die. Well, he didn't die. You can always use everything. So you should just, here I go. I'm just, I'm off this. I got to calm down. Calm down, Kenny. Calm down. Let's just look at the scenery. We got 5 miles on this road. and then we're gonna make a left. Or not now, it's just 3 miles. I'm a little hyper today, folks. As you can see, I'm kind of just rattling on. Maybe because it's the cold weather, who knows? The heated grips are working real nice. The temperature, you know, it's 46 degrees, but it's nice. It's nice. Yeah, let me get back to my racing thing. You know, drag racing is a big, I've been drag racing since I was a teenager, and so I just still do it, you know, and we race with the National Hot Rod Association in a class called Stock Limiter. They have, you know, and basically that's what my website's all about, these 2 classes, Stock Limiter and Super Stock Limiter, and it's amazing that I have that big of a following, but I do. The website, not that I need to plug it, because, you know, guys like you are not going to be interested in it, but you might. It's called classracer.com, and it's a forum that just discusses a bunch of, you know, stuff about drag racing, and, you know, people always like to bitch and complain, and, you know, obviously like I'm doing right now, bitching and complaining about the government, and, you know, all these mandates and all this other bullshit, and, you know, the Euro 5 crap bullshit. They're building motorcycles to meet Euro 5 freaking, for sound and emissions, more bullshit. And, you know, the only people that are making money are the people that are making the product. I mean, people, you know, the company like, whatever, say BMW, they might not like it, but they're going to charge more for the bikes because they got to fucking meet the emissions, you know, so they make money. It's like, I know I'm going off topic here. I'll be back on with the racing in a quick thing. It's like back in the day with the air conditioning in cars. They outlawed the refrigerant because it was supposedly hurting the ozone, okay? So who makes the refrigerant? Dow Chemical. They don't give a crap if they have to make new one because they can just charge more for the new one. Who gives a shit? We just charge, you know. So now we've saved the environment. Now they realize that the ozone, it gets bigger and smaller on its own. But, you know, that was whatever. Yeah, so my racing is just something I love to do, and, you know, maybe I'll give you a short clip of me going down the track inside my car. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed that little video. It's pretty cool, right? And a lot of fun, a lot of adrenaline. The car likes to move around a little bit. You can't see it inside the car, but, you know, she likes to move around a little bit. And even though you're only going straight, these cars can get, when they get out of shape with that kind of power, you can lose it real easy, and you can get hurt. And that's why all our gear is safety is really important. So we have a lot of gear in the car, as far as fire suits, and I have a halon system for fire extinguisher, and a cage, a roll bar that's designed, it's certified to run the class I'm running in. It's almost, they call it like a funny car type cage, and yeah, so it's fun. It's fun, and so that's what it's like. So now let's get back to riding again. I gotta turn up here someplace. Nothing for sale around here though. Boat landing. That's where we want to. We want to go to the boat landing. Okay. We want to head up here. We got a local sheriff just sitting here, and I don't know what the speed limit's here, but he's probably just checking me out. Who knows? But I'm all legal, and I'm totally legal. Boat landing. Yes, that's where we want to go. Boat landing. Buckkhorn boat landing. Yes, this is nice. Oh, Christmas decorations are out. Yes. All right, I finally found the lake, folks. So we're coming into the lake, and it's not as scenic as as Jordan Lake because it's a smaller reservoir. They call it a lake, a reservoir, or whatever. But I just want to see what it's. You know, I got somebody's coming down here. It might be the copper. Oh, nice. Yes. So let's see. Let's go through here. Oh, this is nice. Yeah, somebody's already out there in a boat. So this place is probably also packed in the summertime. So we're just going to chill out here for a second and see See if you guys can get a good view of everything. It's kind of cool. So we found another lake. Looks like I'm going to be the lake guy. Hey guys, I'm going to have to apologize for my ranting. Don't take it personal, guys. It's not, I don't mean to direct it to anybody specific. It's just that I'm just so tired of not being able to live my life, and it's never been this bad. And I've been around this world a long time, and it just seems like it's just worse than ever. The government intrusion on everything we do. We can't fucking breathe. I don't know, my motorsport that I love so much, motorcycles and my racing, who knows how long that's going to last. This government here would love to shut it all down, you know. But the industry is huge in here. The automotive industry is huge. You know, the aftermarket performance industry and racing industry is huge in the United States. I'm sure it is in Australia. I love those four-door cars. What class is it? I forget the class, guys. Maybe Andrew or Mick, you can tell me. But those V8 supercars, I think, in their 4 doors, they're just a blast to watch go around the track. I just love watching them. All right, guys, let me do a video with my phone, and then I'll come back. Okay, guys. Well, we're at Buckkhorn Lake, and you know what? This lake is pretty big. I didn't think it was as big as the lake in Jordan, Lake Jordan, but it's big. I think they call it a reservoir too, but it's huge, and it's, you know, basically just, you know, the fish. There's no like beach area to hang out like in Lake Jordan. I mean, I guess you could, but it's pretty cool, you know, and it's quiet here too, you know. But obviously, I just said it's quiet. That's a dumb statement. It's freaking 46 degrees. Who's going to be out here fishing? One guy with his trailer is out here fishing, and me with my motorcycle. So, and yeah, we'll give a quick look at the motorcycle. Try to get some background shots. But yeah. So the lake is pretty huge. I wish we could look at the colors, because it's hard to pick up the colors. Maybe I can zoom in. I've got it on ultra. Let's see the video on ultra high def. Hopefully it'll come out. So yeah, it's pretty nice. Another destination. It's pretty short from my house. It's pretty short. It's a short ride. You know, it's only about, I don't know, 25 minutes. The American flag. Gotta love it. Yes. Alright, guys. Let's zoom out. So I try to make it slow and I'm not bouncing all over the place. But yeah. Alright, and then you know, maybe you guys can somebody made a comment, wanted to look at my gear, and so I'll step back from my 360 and you can see my winter gear better. Alright, guys, so this is the gear. Stepping back from the camera a little bit, hopefully you guys can see it. The Revit pants, these are like I don't know, a textile type pants. They're not leather, but they're really warm. They're lined. You can take the lining out if you want. They got pads in the knees. The jacket is by forget now. Strength and street, whatever. And it's just a denim jacket with a hoodie in it, and then I have my windstopper stuff, and I can show you that. It's just a nice setup. It stops the wind from coming through. I mean, it's really, really cold. I throw another thermal on, but and you have that as like a, you know, underneath I guess you want to call them thermals, pants, and whatchamacallit, and a shirt. That's it. So I got 3 layers. It's not super winter gear, but I like it. And I got the shoes. You know, I bought these about 2 years ago, and I bought them off of Amazon, and they weren't expensive, but they're really good riding shoes, and they're extremely warm, and they're very comfortable, and they didn't fall apart. But they weren't only about $75. How do you go wrong, right? So yeah, so that's it. So that's my gear, and that's the way I look when I'm riding.